Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about Anna Duggar. If you clicked on this video, I'm sure you're wondering, like, girl, what do you mean Anna Duggar did everything right? Well, when I say that, I'm coming from the standpoint as far as like what she is taught to believe. She is taught to believe that you have to do these certain things or you're not going to be protected by God. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to read something, and it come from a Facebook account called Thriving Forward. If you guys do not follow that account, I would suggest follow it. It's a very interesting account to follow. The lady behind it, her name is Emily. At the top of this Facebook account, she's pinned a comment. It kind of explains who she is and why she has this account. So I'm going to read it to you guys. It says, "My name is Emily, but you can call me Em. I'm passionate about trauma recovery. After growing up in a home with domestic violence and being raised in a fundamentalist patriarchal cult for 23 years, I made the courageous, reckless decision to walk away from everything I knew and embark on what became the most wild ride of my life. What started as a personal journey soon transformed into a mission to both spread awareness about the life-changing effects of trauma and to teach others how to find true healing. Thriving Forward was founded on the belief that through the blood of Jesus Christ and by his grace, anyone who has endured life-altering trauma can do more than just survive their trauma. They can learn how to thrive." So Emily actually was raised under the same beliefs that Josh Duggar, Anna Duggar, the Duggar family. She actually knew them in her earlier years. I don't think they were super close or anything like that. I just think she kind of knew them because of the family that she was raised in. And a while back, she actually posted some of the teachings of Bill Gothard, who was the leader of the IBL, which is who Jim Bob and Michelle and their family they follow their teachings, the teachings of Bill Gothard. So I went over that as well. I talked about that. I went over some of the teachings that she posted about. I will link that video in the description box below if you guys want to check it out, because it is really interesting and it gives you kind of an insight on why she will not leave Josh. She is literally taught to believe that if she gets a divorce, God will no longer protect her or her children, that it opens her up to death. It opens her up to her children dying. It opens her up to being raped. It opens her children up to being raped. Just if she leaves her husband, even if he is disloyal to her, she cannot do that. And I don't know if you guys heard this. I actually heard this rumor recently that when Josh cheated on Anna through the Ashley Madison website, that Michelle actually told Anna that it was her fault, that she was not making herself available to Josh enough. Now, that's just a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but considering their teachings, I feel like it's probably true that even if she didn't tell it to Anna, she probably thought that. So yesterday, Emily posted this on her Thriving Forward Facebook. It says, "Anna Duggar did everything right. She was raised in a conservative Christian home. She dressed modestly, and when she met Josh, they practiced courtship instead of traditional dating. She married with her parents' blessings. She saved her first kiss for marriage. She became the ultimate submissive wife. She spoke honorably of her husband and always stood by his side. When he committed adultery against her, she forgave him and remained in the marriage, despite evidence to show the behavior did not stop. She became his accountability partner for his addiction. She gave him lots and lots of sex and even birthed 7 children for him. She clung to her faith when her marriage began to fall apart and prayed earnestly for her husband. Anna did everything right. Yet, tragically, everything went so wrong. 5 years after his adulterous secret life was revealed, her husband will be tried on November 30th for charges of receiving and possessing child essay material. While Anna certainly is a victim of her unfaithful husband, let's not forget she is also a victim of a toxic belief system that has been ingrained into her by her fundamentalist Christianity for the entirety of her life. How many more stories like Anna need to happen before the fundamentalist church realize that their message concerning submission, sex, divorce, purity, culture, and patriarchy aren't working? After all, Anna did everything she was told to do to be guaranteed a safe and happy marriage. Perhaps maybe the problem isn't Anna, but instead the fact that she married an abusive man and the church refused to give her the support she needed to remain safe. When will the church face the fact that the good, godly actions of one spouse cannot change the abusive behavior of another spouse? When will they realize that the brazen promises of the purity movement and the courtship movement are flawed and empty? When will the church start telling women like Anna that there is nothing a wife can do to make her abusive husband change? When will they tell her that giving him more sex will not cure his addiction? When will they tell her that practicing courtship will not divorce-proof or affair-proof your marriage? When are they going to start telling her that his abuse is not her fault? When are they going to tell her that by leaving an abuser and protecting her kids, she is not breaking her marriage vows? After all, he was the one to break the covenant. When are they going to tell her that God cares about her safety and her children's safety, and that he created divorce as a means of protecting the vulnerable? Until the church starts changing its message to its victims and stops pointing the blame on them and telling them that they just need to submit more or pray more or give him more sex, women will continue to stay in these abusive marriages, believing that it's God's will for them and that they have no other choice. Josh Duggar is not the only one who needs to be held accountable for their actions. The church does as well. And as you guys can see, it was written by Emily Elizabeth Anderson. And below that, she kind of gives a little bit more of an explanation of what she means. Right, as in what the church told her was the right thing to do in order to please God, which in reality, it was not healthy or safe or true at all. And I think there was a lot of confusion, and there may be on this video as well. People may wonder, like, what do you mean she did everything right? No, she should have left him after the Ashley Madison. She should have left him after, she found out about the molestation. She shouldn't be standing by his side as he's going through this trial. But what she's saying and what I'm understanding as well, and it makes a lot of sense, is she was taught to believe that she has to do these things because it's the right thing to do. If she does anything other than stand by her man and be submissive to him and protect him and do everything this church tells them to do, this religion tells them to do, then she is opening herself and her children up to no longer being protected by God. That's what they teach you. You will no longer be under God's protection if you get a divorce, despite what your husband does to you. So I thought, wow, I think that needs to be out there. This church teaches you that. So several women will be in these relationships where the men treat them, abusively. They will cheat on them. They will do the things that Josh has done. And then we as a society, we look at them and they're like, what are they doing? They're so stupid. They're not leaving. But it's literally because I think they fear for themselves and them children, because the way that they was taught is so ingrained in them that they believe it. So I wanted to put this out there. Once again, this comes from Thriving Forward's Facebook page. The girl, Emily, she was raised in the same religion that the Duggar family was raised, to believe the same teachings that they were taught as well. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I just thought that it needed to be put out there. What do you guys think about it? When you saw the title, was you a little shocked? Like, what do you mean? Anna Duggar has done everything right. She should have left her man a long time ago. I know, because I'm the same way. If I would have saw a title that said Anna Duggar's done everything right, I would have been like, no, she's not protecting those children, so she's not doing everything right. In her mind, she is. In Anna's mind, by staying with her husband, she is keeping them under God's protection. And it's the weirdest thing to think, but unfortunately that's the way they are taught. So you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.